What's burning? That boy Steph Curry is burning. 62 points, career high last night. Congratulations to him. Second oldest player to do it, which is crazy to say because he's only 32 years old. But our brother Kobe is the only player to touch 60 at an older age. Jack, there's been a lot of chatter and disrespect to the light-skinned king, Steph. What do you think about the chatter? And did he quiet the naysayers last night?
Well, the best way to shut him up is play like he's played last night. But I want to reiterate something you said at the beginning of the season before it started. You said that Steph had to do some amazing things this year in order for them just to get wins. And that's exactly what he did. 21 points in the first quarter. I knew he was off to a big night, but those are the type of games he has to have for this team to even be in the hunt of things.
Yeah, I mean, as we touched on last week, this is a team searching for their identity. You know, gone are the days of KD and Clay on the wing and Iggy and Sean and David West and you name it. This is a whole new team, so they have to find out who they are as a team. We know we have it with Steph, even though people want to doubt it. So we have to figure out what they have moving forward. Draymond is, I think, only 2 games back, but his energy was contagious last night, and I think the confidence he allows everyone else to play with because they know he has their back is huge. This team played with the energy from the opening tip last night, and they were impressive. You know, they're sitting at 3-3 right now in the middle of the pack. And I'm excited to see this team kind of catch a rhythm and really kind of find an identity. You know that Oubre is slowly but surely coming back to life. Wiggins is finding his footing. I'm really impressed with James Wiseman, a young kid that didn't really get to play in college. Inside out, runs the floor, blocks shots, rebounds. They definitely have possibly, although I picked LaMelo Ball, I think James Wiseman is definitely going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year this year. Week 2 impressions, 2 teams out the gate with strong starts. Philly under Doc Rivers at 5-1 in the East, and the Phoenix Suns under Monty Williams at 5-2 in the West. Let's start with Philly, Jack. One thing I said was Doc is a great motivational speaker. He'll have you believing in yourself, believing in the team. I think that's what you're seeing with Joel Embiid right now and Tobias Harris. Ben Simmons is doing his thing. What are your thoughts on Philly at this point?
Well, the biggest thing for me is I know Doc is holding these guys accountable. You know, having Barrett Brown the last couple of years in Philly with Ben Simmons, he really didn't hold them accountable. Both of those guys from Australia, he kind of let them do what he wanted to do. I think with Doc Rivers there, he's going to hold them accountable, let him know that he has to go out there, demand his respect, and play the game one way, and that's 110%. And I think he's spreading that attitude around the whole team, and that's why they're getting off to a good start.
Seth Curry has been a great pickup for them, averaging 16 points, shooting 56% from the field and 51 from the three. More spacing for that team. Having played for Doc, like I said, I know that's what he's going to do. He's going to instill confidence. He's going to hold these guys accountable, but he's just a great motivational type guy, and I think that's what you're going to need with guys like Ben Simmons, who needs the constant reminder of how good he is, and Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris had his best year as a pro under Doc in L.A. Now he's back with them, and it's no surprise that Tobias is at 19 points a game. So what do you think Doc's been doing to get Tobias to play at that all-star type level?
We're just giving him confidence and letting him know he's a big part of that team. I had Tobias as a rookie in Milwaukee, and coming out of Tennessee, the 6'9", the size he was, and be able to do everything on the court, I knew he had a chance to be a star in this league. And I think Doc's just giving him the confidence that he belongs in this league, and he's starting to play like it.
You know, absolutely. It looked like from the outside looking in, obviously, that Philly had chose Tobias over Jimmy Butler and took a lot of criticism for that. Jimmy's gone on to Miami and done his thing, but Tobias is the highest paid player on that team. And like we said, we know how talented he is. We just have to see that night in, night out. Shout out to Embiid, man. Embiid is definitely doing his thing, man. 25, nearly 13 rebounds, 3 assists, a block and a half. He's showing up every night, which is big for that team because when he shows up and plays hard every night, there's not a person in the world that can guard him. Pivoting out west, another team off to a hot start. The Phoenix Suns are at 5-2. Monty Williams got these boys playing defense. 6 guys scoring in double figures. CP, you know, I picked them as one of the teams to watch out coming out of the West. They're making me look good. Jack, what are your thoughts on the Phoenix Suns?
I love everything about the Phoenix Suns. One, GM James Jones used to play in the league, good friend of mine, multiple champion. Then you got Monty Williams, a coach that everybody loves, tough-nosed player when he played. You add in CP, Hall of Fame point guard. Devin Booker, top 10 player in the league, and a young player in DeAndre Ayton. I love everything about this. This team can go only way for this team to go is up, and I like everything about it.
Definitely. Shout out to James Jones doing a great job. Robert Sarver's got his dusty ass out the way and is allowing James to, put a constructed team that's suitable. We've all been saying that we felt Devin Booker's been wasting his time there, and I could safely say now that they're really starting to surround him with pieces to, utilize the best of him. I still think his scoring average is going to go up. He's at about 20 right now. I see him going up to about 25, 27, but with 6 guys in double figures. Crowder has been a great pickup for them, a veteran leader, a guy similar to us. You need guys like that on your team, 3-and-D guys, the energy of the team, the face of the nastiness of the team. I love it. I'm happy for the Suns fan base. Yeah, I got a chance to play out there. Great fan base, great city, although there's no fans yet. Happy to see them have a winner back. They deserve it. And Monty Williams to really being able to find his footing as a head coach. Like I said, this team plays with his kind of grit and tenacity on defense. I think they're 3rd in the league in defensive efficiency. So happy to see CP move on to another team, but really starting to make his impression on that team and showing these guys how to win because they got a talented young bunch over there. Up next in our Week 2 impression, Harden and friends. They got everyone back playing now, and John Wall has came out the gates looking explosive. I couldn't be more happy for this guy for not being able to play since 2018. He's come out and put everyone on notice. Remember me. He's out here doing his thing. What are your thoughts? Do you think that they have enough? A lot of people are saying this is one of the most talented rosters James has had in Houston. What are your thoughts? Is his mind made up? Is there a way they can keep him in the mix and happy and really try to make a run with this squad?
But they can at least keep him for this year, because they have him for 2 years. They can at least keep him for this year. I think, the way John Wall is coming out and the way Boogie's going to come along, even with some of the young players, how they're playing, I think it's going to motivate James to stay. John Wall's energy is contagious, man. He's coming out with a great start, showing he's healthy, ready to lead this team. And I think that's showing James is seeing that he has other guys that's finally going to ride with him. Not saying CP and Russ didn't ride with him, but these guys are going to ride with him under control. You know what I mean? And that's what he hasn't seen. And also with a coach like Stephen Silas, he's going to hold everybody accountable and they're going to be on the same page. I like it. I just hope James buys all the way in and don't have 1 foot in on the court and 1 foot on the plane.
Yeah, like you said, we respect the fact that he wants to move on, but I think they've done a good job of surrounding him with talent. And someone you didn't mention, Christian Wood, who's come out of nowhere, not necessarily nowhere. He just got a nice deal, but this kid is playing incredibly 6'10", can do it all, shoot it, put it on the floor, block shots, rebound, run the floor. He's got 2 legitimate, maybe 3, 4 guys. If you get Gordon going and then Boogie will probably could be at about 15. They got 4 guys that any given night can drop 30 plus for you. Maybe 5 once Boogie gets going. So this is a very talented team. I'm happy for Coach Silas that he's got these guys starting to right the ship. We hope that, whatever the situation is with James, when he's on the court, that's all that matters because they got a nice little roster over there, and I definitely think they can make some noise in the Western Conference. Up next, Memphis Grizzlies. We all saw John Morant go down with a nasty ankle injury, out 3 to 5 weeks. Jaren Jackson is still sidelined. How does this team compete in a loaded Western Conference with their 2 young stars out?
It's going to be hard, man. I think the best thing about it is they're getting hurt early in the season. You don't want these injuries to happen towards the end of the season when you're pushing for playoffs. The 2 guys that's out, Morant and Jackson, they need these guys more than anything. It's impossible for them to have a great season without these 2 guys. So the guys that's still on the bench or guys that's coming in going to have to step up and just try to hold ship tight until these guys get back. But they don't have a chance without the 2 guys they have down.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks and Kyle Anderson are both playing well. But I think this is also going to benefit the play-in games. Not just for Memphis, but any team that either loses guys, star players to injury or, heaven forbid, COVID. You still have that chance to hop in that 7 to 10 seed and still have a play-in game. So I think that's going to really benefit this team because, there was a lot of talk about this team jumping into the playoffs this year. They definitely can't do it without their 2 young guns down. But the play-in scenario where, 7 to 10 got a battle to get those last 2 spots, I really love that, and I think that's really going to benefit Memphis this season. In the week ahead, we got a playoff rematch between Boston and Miami. They'll be playing twice this week. Jaylen Brown is off to a hot start, averaging 28 a game. Jason Tatum's right at 24. Obviously, they need Kemba in this rotation, in this lineup, to be healthy, to really make a run. But what are your thoughts on Boston right now, their start, and Miami start. It hasn't been too good. They're on the outside looking in right now, although it's still early. Jimmy's battled with some ankle injuries. What are your thoughts on these two teams?
I love the way Boston's been playing. I think their young stars are getting off to a great start. When Kemba comes into the fold, I think we'll see this whole team come together and see what they could really be. Obviously, playing Miami 2 times in 1 week, both of these teams need these wins. You know, with 72 games now, these are wins. These are games that are going to matter coming down to playoff seeding. So I'm excited to see these guys play. I want Miami to get back healthy. I think Miami's still dealing with a little of that finals injury, the finals bang up, and they're trying to get healthy. But both teams need to go ahead and take these 2 games serious so it can be ready towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I love Tatum and Brown taking charge now. They're not young anymore. You know, these guys have been in the league for a handful of years. This Miami Heat team goes as Jimmy goes. Jimmy's off to a slow start, bothered by some nagging injuries at 8 points a game this season. They're sub 500. We know they'll catch their footing.